Hello, this is Pigsy doing another video. So I talk a bit about Omad, and I think at the beginning, so you probably want to do is, you may end up eating larger meals. The idea is so you don't feel so hungry if you start to get that way, and you also know that you've had a good fair whack of calories. Because it's hard to really figure it out as well. Your body, I mean, just because you read something on the packet doesn't mean you're going to get the exact amount of calories going to your body. I mean, that would be ideal. What might happen is you might end up passing a lot of them out of your body. It might take days getting into you. You don't know. That's how often you go to the toilet as well. So, like I say, you'll end up with probably a larger meal at first. Best you'd probably do intermittent fasting first. Not unless you're already doing a kind of OMAD anyway. Like you've got a mixed up kind of eating window because you're busy all the time, and then you're just snacking between and actually having just one main meal anyway. So all you could do is reduce the types of snacks you're having, and then that would probably fit things. You could balance things out basically. So you could like water fast instead of going and having a coffee and a cake on your lunch break. Sorry. Yeah, the other thing I was going to say about OMAD, we'll get into some brown fats actually, because it's brown fats in your body, and they're quite rich in iron and mitochondrials, and the blood circulation goes to them better, and you use that as your fuel source. You break that down and you use that. Now the thing is, I'm wondering is with some of the bodybuilders that have low fats, they also have low brown fats, and there's got the misconception is with people thinking fats are bad. They're not bad for you. The problem is when it's out of control. If you start putting on weight or it's causing you physical issues in some way, health problems. So I mean, fats there as a spare sort of food source, but they also support your metabolism. Low fats means high maintenance. That's basically what's going to happen if you're in a situation like you did. Let's say something happened, all the power went out and there was rations and all sorts of things. You know, almost like some post-apocalypse thing. Having a bit of fat when it hits winter isn't a bad thing, but having your body adapted to it is also sort of vital as well. And so I see some people with low fats and things like the Wim Hof method with the ice cold water. There's actual apps for them as well. I have to check it out. I definitely like to be able to hold my breath for a long period of time. So, light change. So, I wonder, you know, it might be more difficult, his method, if you've got really low fat levels in your body, because you'll naturally lose weight. I mean, there's a natural balance if you don't do something where your body goes back to its reset. So for me, now I'm in this OMAD where I'll have one meal a day anyway, but what I do is now I can open the window up a bit and have a bit more flexibility. At first you might also be stricter, so you might eat a lot of something, but maybe keep it very basic foods. It could be that you want to sort of, where do I want to go? You want to explore how you'll feel, you know, things like, do you get hungry, don't you get hungry? Just thinking, and about your brown fats. Yeah, so I guess for me now, I'm at sort of 16.5, and I could eat really low one day, and I'm still 16.5, and I could eat more in one day, and I'm still 16.5. You just stick to that set pattern, really. Eating ritual. As long as you're eating one meal a day, then that's where you need to be if you're going to focus on this type of lifestyle. And there's some flexibility. I haven't introduced alcohol. I don't often know any alcohol. I have to have a look at that. There might be like a protocol if you wanted to sort of like a bit of a detox afterwards. You know, if I went out and had a few drinks or just some party or something, then what would I want to do about that to sort of balance it out? And also, I'm not worried about sugars so much. I think I kind of reset it, and now I've introduced the sugars and different fats. But I'm because of the way I'm eating, it's got longer to go through the body. It's not like I'm overloading the body with several meals, because until it gets out of your body, it's still going through the digestion process. Once it's into fetal matter, it's still getting absorbed into your colon. You're still getting stuff out of it. So if you've got loads of meals going through your body, and your body's still trying to process things at different levels, no wonder it gets messed up. Because you might have had a high sugar meal, you might have a high fat meal, and you might have something completely different, like you've had something very starchy, and so your body's got to process these things as they're coming into the body, and it's difficult. But if you've got one meal, you break it down, you're taking out one type of nutrients, and then you go into the other, and you're drawing it off and processing it. Your liver's taking it up and saying, right, we can deal with that, we'll do that, in your blood, and it's sending the other information going in your body, like, oh, we can regenerate this, we've got this fuel sources in, and so on. And what your body also does is uses the fats, because it takes energy to process food. So if you're switching into your fat mode, so in your fasting mode, you're keeping your energy up, and then when you go into your food mode, you start switching the dial across, but you'll still maintain a level. You still want to sort of maintain the metabolism. So the thing is, anything about the ice? Yeah, I just thought it was strange, because I've seen a lot of people, they're health experts, which is brilliant, but they have bodies that are slightly unnatural, which I don't realise, because while they lift weights and they're hunters and everything else, and that kind of, they're built up, they are probably stronger than naturally are, because they would be using a combination of cardio, they would be using some physical strength. This is why some people have got slender frames, some people have got bigger frames, because they did a set kind of protocols, basically, so that they have a genetic disposition towards doing certain tasks, which isn't sexist, which isn't sizist or whatever. It's just a genetic advantages. Like if you've got a denser bone structure and skeleton, then you might be more involved in sort of attacking something. But however, if you're thinner and lighter and you can run longer distance, you can be more of a scout. So it's just one of them things. But you can tap into that, and you're not restricted by it. You just need to understand how it works. But say to have a kind of ripped six-pack, it looks attractive, but it's not necessarily the most natural state. It demonstrates you've got a certain strength you've developed to that area of your body. But most people, I mean, so I don't know what for women they might be a kind of, they like strong men, but I think they favour certain things they like they might like strong shoulders or biceps in a certain way. But then there's the unnatural, like you've got people that are sort of, this is a bit slightly overdeveloped, slightly. It's not a problem. It just demonstrates they're a weightlifter, really. It gives them a signature because they do particular types of move. There could be a point though whereby they create a kind of separation from some of the other muscle groups, and so they become weaker in some levels and they're generally strong in others. So certain tasks they're quite strong at, but if it comes to using all of their strength at once, they might be restricted. And this is why you have crazy scenarios where people have lifted cars to sort of get their kid out underneath it, because they've been able to utilise all their muscle groups in a lot of force all at once, and they've been super G'd up as well. That's why things like with the ice cold baths is that your body's in a survival mode, but you're relaxing to it, so you're starting to recalibrate some of your neurological pathways and deal with the stressor, and so you kind of develop other things, other abilities from that cold water. I mean, what I've been doing as well is underwater when I've been in the cold bath, I've opened my eyes, and at first it sort of shocks them, but you open it and just keep my eyes open, just open as long as I can underwater in the cold water, and it's just to soothe like the veins and stuff around the eyes. And another thing I've noticed, I get in cold water, I'm not really shivering, so I sit in there for a bit, and then I lay back and I go under here. There's only a little bit of sort of initially a little bit, and it was gone within about 5 seconds. And so what I might look at is more colder ones. When we've got colder weather in the UK and if we're going on holiday anywhere, just jump in the sea. But I need to get a thermometer with me, and then I can take some information, and then I'll be able to feed that back. Like say about the average cold water in the bath is about 5 degrees, something like 5, 7 degrees. I don't know if that's entirely true because I haven't used a thermometer to measure it. I can't do my own science if I don't have the equipment. So anyway, this is Pigsy sign off, and have a good one. And I'm just going to say, but I'm just going to try to focus on finishing that doll off, because at the moment it's just like bits and bobs of videos, and it's like, oh, what's that about? But once I've got the finished product, so what I'm doing is taking pictures now, just taking pictures, and then I think I'll do is I'll finish it off. And I mean, if some of the old videos not so great, I might get rid of them. No, they're not too bad. And then I just cover all of that, and then at least you can see it all together, and it's done and dusted as a kind of project. So yeah. Anyway, this is me signing off, and speak to you soon.